Namaskar. Today I like to speak on the significance and spiritual meaning of the Purnakumbha. This Purnakumbha is not related to the celebrated Purnakumbha Mela held after every 12 years at Prayagraj. I talk now about the Purnakumbha, that is, the jar full of water as placed in front of the altar of the statue or the image of the god or goddess worshipped in every house of the Hindus. You might have noticed that when any god or goddess is worshipped, there is the pedestal of the god or goddess. The statue of the god or goddess is placed there on the pedestal, and just in front of the pedestal, there is kept a jar or a pot full of water. And this is called, in fact, Purnakumbha. And this Purnakumbha contained some ingredients or parts or essential parts rather with it that make it significant and meaningful in the spiritual pursuit of any person, or rather in the pursuit of perfection in human life. Often we use the term spiritual. We need not have to use the term spiritual all the time. That is, any human being has to prosper, has to go on progression, has to become greater and better than what he or she is at present. So it is just like a twig moving forward and moving forward. This is the forward march of our consciousness makes us great, make us realized persons. And I now talk about the Purnakumbha as it is placed in front of the statue of god or goddess you worship at home. This Purnakumbha contains a jar full of water. On the mouth of the jar is placed a green mango twig of many leaves together at a particular stage. Then on it is placed a green coconut. These three things are very, very important. And when the worshipper keeps on worshipping, he or she places flowers on the Purnakumbha and makes incantation of the god or goddess, whatever it is. Now, the question comes, what is the meaning of this jar or the Purnakumbha as displayed in front of the altar? The first thing, the jar, it's a container. It contains water. We have to know the characteristics of water. That is, in Bengali we can call it Jolo Charitra, characteristics of water. It implies that one who is worshipping the god or goddess, whatever may be his or her purpose, but in order to attain to that stage of sublime purpose or a state of further becoming, further realization, further attainment, one has to follow the characteristics or the nature of water. We all the time eat whatever we eat to eat water. We can swallow without the help of water. It's a kind of lubricant in our mouth, along with saliva. So water is all the time. We drink water. Without water, the body cannot sustain. The major part of our blood is water. Water is everywhere. Water in the ocean. Water is in the sky in the form of cloud. Water comes down in the form of rains. Without water, there cannot be this world of greenery, the world of plants. Without water, the animals cannot live, insects cannot survive, and nothing else is possible without water. But the pure characteristics of water have to be known. Number one, water is self-abstergent. What does it mean? If you keep dirty water in a particular place for some time or for a long time, go there afterwards, you will find that the dirt has got sedimented in the form of drag just at the bottom, and the surface water gradually has become clean. This means water is self-abstergent. Water can purify itself without any external agent or help from outside. This means any worshipper, any person aspiring to attain something great has to adopt this character unless or until your heart is clean, your mind is clean, your brain is clean, cleared of the diseases, cleared of darts, of bad thinking, willing to do bad to somebody else other, having envy, jealousy, and falsehood in the mind, you cannot prosper. So all these things have made your heart, your brain, your mind dirty. So in order to achieve anything great, you have to clear your heart, brain, and mind of all these darts. Means you have to leave them. Just like water. As water leaves the dirt just at the bottom level, it keeps its own field that on the surface very, very clean. So, water is self-abstergent, self-purifier. So, we have to purify ourselves. Other people can advise us, help us, giving suggestions, but the real action have to be taken by us. That is, we have to become self-abstergent before we get the benediction of worship. That is devotion, meditation, or trance, whatever it is. In order to achieve anything great, you have to purify your mind. That is, you have to adopt the nature or the characteristic of water. That water is self-abstergent. Number two, water is transparent. That is, it is very, very clear. You can see through water. So we have also to be transparent. Means not keeping darts, bad things hiding within in any corner of the mind. Throw it away. Make it transparent, as clean as possible. Number three, water is all the time moving in order to maintain the very level of its surface. Water moves. If you keep water at a higher place, and if there is any way to get down, it will go down. Why? Because it likes to maintain its surface level same everywhere. Because of this, we find flow of water, that is current, even in the ocean. Oceanic water is moving from one place to another. So water is self-abstergent. Water is transparent. Water is self-propeller. It moves forward without the help of anybody else. Because of this character, water flows from mountain to the oceans in the form of rivers. You cannot stop it. You can use the water of any river by any means, but you can stop. Even you stop it, after use you have to let it go. Means water keeps its character, its behavior, its nature all the time moving forward. So this is the nature of water. Then here comes another thing. That see, water stays atop the mountain, either in the lake or in the form of ice, whatever it is. If in the form of ice it gets melted, then it comes down in the form of rivulets, fountains, then ultimately in the form of rivers. Then it flows towards the ocean. The greater state of its existence. So, it is moving from small place to the bigger place. It is moving from a lake to the ocean, from the mountain top to the ocean. It indicates that you have to follow the same thing. In whatever condition you are, move towards the greater things, higher things, better things. Our life is full of suffering, painfulness, limitations, so many barriers. We have to come out of it. River also crosses through many barriers, but it does not stop. It flows down and ultimately meets with the ocean. The same way, this self, if it is a part of the supreme being, the absolute, that is Brahman, then this self is aspiring to become one with Brahman. As in the Upanishad is told, Aham Brahmasmi. So, one has to become great, bigger. In any aspect, it may happen. Not that all the time you have to think about Brahman. Try to become a better man. Try to become someone that lifting himself or herself from lowly stage to the higher stage. Objective of life, that way is not determined. Try to become only better and better and better. This will go on, and of course, ultimately, we become the best. This is the thing. So, the water jar is kept there, that is Purnakumbha. It is in order to apply the characteristics, the nature of water in your life. What is the duty of the Purohita? Purohita need not have to chant the mantras all the time. He has to interpret the meaning of the Purnakumbha to the worshipper. That will help him or her very much. Worship has gone astray. It has become now distorted. True worship is to understand the hidden meaning of each and every item you keep there in front of the statue. You have to understand the meaning of the mantras, the incantations. So, Purnakumbha, the water, this is very, very important. It has got many different meanings, the attributes. You have to adopt the attributes, the characteristics as a whole, the nature of water. You will prosper. Then comes the mango twig. This mango twig, you might have noticed that the twigs in a mango tree, that is the branch or the branches of leaves, they advance jump by jump. Say the twigs of mango all remain in the same place attached to the branch. And then a second step comes out, and at a time many leaves get spread out, opened up. Then a third stage, this way it goes on. In the month of Boishak, that is April, May, you might have noticed it. Along with the first rain, these things happen. In the month of Boishak, that is the beginning of the rainy season in one sense. After Boishak, there comes Joishto and then Ashar. But that is the beginning. Kal Boishaki. We'll see that the mango twigs advance step by step. Means at a time they are advancing. So it means that the main objective of a single person is to take care of one's own self as well as to take care of the people he or she is living with. That is, one mango leaf is not advancing. It is advancing along with many other leaves at a time. Next, green leaves. That is, the green color is the color of life. It is the color of the green world. So, here is the message of life. Be all the time vibrant. Be all the time with the very spirit of life. Never be dispirited. Never be disheartened. That is the message of the mango tree. As it is green, it gives the message of life. Then we come to the third stage, that is a green coconut. Green coconut is simply tender one. But what is there inside it? Inside the green coconut, there is water. Same thing. Water is in the jar. Water is there in the green coconut. But that water is sweet water. That water is in fact pure water. It is inside the green coconut. So, once you realize the very nature, characteristics of water in the jar, you come to the stage of realizing and adopting the very nature of the mango tree. As these two things are achieved, then comes the stage of sweetness, means success. So here, this green coconut and the sweet water within it, that keeps us healthy, away from diseases, ailments, suffering, pain. So eat this green coconut. This is symbolizes achievement, attainment. What you are attaining? You are attaining sweetness. You are attaining health. You are attaining the thing you aspired for. But aspiration all the time should be good. No wrong aspiration can bring you peace. So the green coconut is there in the Purnakumbha. Then all these three things together, you see, it gives a philosophy of life. So this Purnakumbha has to be understood before you go for the worship of any god or goddess. But these gods and goddesses have not to be worshipped the way you do giving prasadas. These and that, you even make sacrifices, all these are meaningless. Each and every god or goddess has got a specific meaning. You have to realize and understand the meaning, that's all. A student has to realize the meaning of Goddess Saraswati. The knowledge, of course, will be achieved by him or her. Not that way worshipping. One day I shall keep the interpretation of Goddess Saraswati. So the point is that this is the process of realization, and this Purnakumbha helps us to realize so many things that we really aspire in this life, human life. We want peace, we want prosperity, we want to become greater than what we are. So thank you very much. In future speech, I rather want that you should be with me and share the views, take the views, and if you have any comments you can make, please don't quarrel. So thank you very much.